Okay, so welcome back. Last week we had an awesome class here in the office that we had gremlins that took the audio. So we had our 10 keys to maximizing your potential in this metabolic reset program. But these 10 keys we're going to share with you, they don't just apply to our weight loss program. If you apply these 10 keys, we promise you're going to have better overall metabolic health in general. So,
okay, can I ask a question?
Already?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't think everybody knows what metabolic health is.
The
so
basic,
when you say like metabolic reset or will improve your metabolic health, I often wonder if people know what metabolic health means.
The basic definition of metabolism is your body taking glucose and oxygen and turning it into energy. So if you don't have good energy, you don't have good metabolism. If you can't lose weight, you probably don't have good metabolism. If you aren't getting enough sleep, you probably don't have good metabolism. So it's the mirror, when it's all the biochemistry is boiled down, it is glucose plus oxygen equals energy. That's what we're helping people fix, and that's what we're helping them get some.
So you could be skinny and not have energy.
Yep.
Because I literally think most people think, if I'm thin, I have a good metabolism. If I'm overweight, I have a bad metabolism.
Very true.
And that's not necessarily true. You can have plenty of skinny people that have poor metabolic health.
Well, look at you when we met. You thought you were just tired from being a single mom and raising 4 kids by yourself.
Right. So, anyway.
Okay, so we did this class, and basically what happened was the batteries died on our microphone. So the recording got cut off, who knows how long into it. And then we had people asking questions during the class that we didn't repeat. And so the people on the video couldn't hear what they were asking. So our idea was, let's just record the content from what we shared. And then you have it in podcast format. That way Angelique can listen to this in her car while she's driving kids around.
I like it.
Okay, so here are the 10 keys. And as with everything else we've done, number 1 is always, always, always do your best. And what I mean by that, this is specifically for the people that are part of our weight loss program, is you absolutely deserve it to yourself to give this everything you've got. Hey, people pay good money to be part of our program, and they absolutely deserve to and should do their absolute best. And if we can quote one of our patients, what was that? What did Kevin put up there on the group page the other day? The big secret to the program?
Do it.
It's to follow it. Right? So that said, are you allowed to be human?
No. What does it mean to be human?
We all make mistakes, right? We're all going to hit those times when we didn't prepare ahead accordingly, or surprise someone comes to visit you and they want to go out to eat. Again, do your best, okay? So when you go out to eat, we always tell people is you can eat out while you're on this, just you have to limit it to once a week or less. And when you do, you've got to order from the grill. So do your best to order, protein from the grill, steak, chicken, whatever.
Veggies.
Roasted veggies if they have them. If you can get them without butter, get them without butter, but don't freak out if they put butter on them. And then salads, our thing is you always take your own salad dressing. I know that sounds weird, but just take a little bottle in there with you. It's worth it in the end.
True. I think do your best, though, it's 2-part. It's do your best to uphold the integrity of the program, but it's doing your best for lots of other reasons too, right? Like, be your best self aside from just how you're going to eat, right? Like, why do we want to be our best?
Right.
There's so many.
And you'll find when you start the program and the coaching calls, the very first coaching call is
why?
Find your why. Because if you have your why, you're going to do your best. So that's number 1. Number 2, big one, drink water. So when you hit plateaus in this program, and everybody hits what they call a plateau, we don't call it a plateau till it extends past 5 days, but we get people that are freaking out if it's 2 or 3 days. when you hit those plateaus and you call your coach, the number one thing that your coach is going to ask you is, are you drinking enough water? Or how much water are you drinking? Now, the bare minimum for this program is 64 ounces. But there's a lot of people that preach the guideline being your body weight divided by 2. That's the number of ounces of water you should be drinking per day. The reason for that is your liver metabolizes fat, and if we're not flushing the liver out appropriately, then
You don't flush your fat.
you're not going to flush your fat out. So make sure you're drinking water. The rule of thumb is if your pee is not clear, you're not drinking enough.
And if you feel thirsty, you're not drinking enough.
If you feel thirsty, you're not drinking enough.
Like, you're dehydrated if you feel thirsty.
Right.
Got to preempt the thirst.
Right. Now, you should also be getting some electrolytes at the same time.
For sure.
Salt on your food is important. We do have element here that helps get some of that salt and magnesium and potassium. People freak out about their bananas. I'm not going to get my potassium.
There's other
ways of getting it. What was the one you found the other day about avocados?
And potassium?
They're high magnesium.
Yeah.
So anyway, just make sure you're drinking plenty of water because that's going to just help things.
And nothing else.
Right, and nothing else. Like,
it's not like drink water and your soda. Drink water and your juice. Right? You got to drop everything else. And it can be done. We've had people cold turkey 12 packs of soda daily use, or the big 64-ounce mugs a day. It can be done.
Right.
And my goodness, you feel good. Apparently, I don't know.
Kevin.
I've never done it. We've had a few people that do that, so it can be done.
Right. Diet soda is not okay. As we pointed out in the class, you drink diet soda, you get to do one thing quicker than anybody else, and that's die. Just Google the side effects of Google the side effects of formaldehyde when you consume formaldehyde, because aspartame in your body gets turned into formaldehyde, and
It's a chemical you should avoid.
it's linked to cancer, depression, anxiety, diabetes, and
Alzheimer's.
obesity, and Alzheimer's. So drink water, lots of it. Number 3, daily apple cider vinegar shots. 2 tablespoons. I literally have a shot glass that I use at home.
That's a measuring cup.
Where it's a measuring cup. I should get a shot glass though, just for funsies. I've been using Bragg's brand apple cider vinegar, but we found at Costco this weekend very inexpensive organic apple cider vinegar.
That's raw.
That's raw.
It was like a 3-pack.
Right, and it's just a cheap daily supplement you can do to keep your liver buffered out, to keep your pH at a good level. And it helps with digestion. And we added this in here as part of the 10 keys because we used to kind of keep this holstered until people hit a plateau. But I'm like, why are we doing this? Let's just have people start.
We know it's good for you.
We know it's good for you, so let's just start this right away.
Right. And you can take it on an empty stomach or a full stomach.
Right.
I'm not sure it matters. Just be sure you take it.
Okay, so number 1 is do your best. Number 2 is drink your water. Number 3 is your daily apple cider vinegar shots. Number 4 is read your labels, ingredients, not the nutrition facts. And had we been prepared, we had a cup of noodles here that we may have stolen from a break room downstairs that we use for an example for this. But when you're looking at the labels of your food, stop sending us pictures of the nutrition facts.
Right. Like, no information is found where it's like calories, fat. I mean, it lists your vitamins. Like, that's not the issue.
No, that's not the issue at all. And if we keep looking at that thing, we're going to keep worshiping the food pyramid, which has been a false god since it was invented. So we're not looking at the nutrition facts. We're looking at the actual ingredients.
What is actually in the food?
Right. So first off, if you're eating 4 to 6 ounces of protein, 4 ounces of fruit, 4 ounces of vegetables, what the hell are you eating that has a label?
Right. Fruit in a can.
Not good.
What's going to be the first ingredient? Probably not oranges. Probably
sugar. So anyway, back to the off my soapbox.
So you should have as few labels as possible
Right.
in your diet if you're eating a whole foods diet.
That's the whole purpose of a whole food diet, is you're eating food whole.
That just grew.
Right. So it goes back to the original saying, like, God food heals, man food kills.
Right.
food the way God intended it to be is going to heal your body. Man food, the stuff in a package with the label, is going to kill your body. So, but back onto this.
But there are those few exceptions because we know people are in a hurry sometimes. So you're going to try the chicken that comes in a package, even though it's a whole chicken, right?
So let's use my glizzies, for example. Okay. Teton Springs, Polish sausages. We buy these at Costco.
They're 100% grass-fed beef.
I don't give a rip what the label ingredient, or what the actual nutrition facts. If I ever went by that, there's fat in there. There's protein in there. What I care about is the ingredient labels, right? Because literally the ingredients to those Polish sausages, I'm not going to quit calling them glizzies. The ingredients to those glizzies are grass-fed beef and spices. That's it. Okay, so that's an acceptable food.
Okay, I will interject one thing they should look at on the nutrition facts. For the purposes of the program, they are going to look for sugar. None of the other stuff, but it's a quick
But they listed it in the ingredient level if it matters.
Right, but it is a quick place to look to be like, sugar. That's the only time I would say you need to look at a nutrition fact. Calories don't matter, fat grams don't matter, all that other stuff. But I would say sugar, because you can say, does this have added sugar? So.
I don't think that's as important as looking at the ingredients. And if sugar is listed as an ingredient, okay. Now, when you're done with the program and you're on to the maintenance phase, if there are ingredients in that food you cannot pronounce, don't eat it. If the ingredient list is more than 3 to 6 ingredients long, you probably got to skip it.
Unless they list out all the spices.
Good point.
I mean, sometimes they do, they're like garlic, paprika, not sugar, but they list all those out. I mean, you get a long list of spices. That's okay.
So that's the nutrition facts. I know, I can tell. That's just the nutrition, the nutritional facts part of this. So that takes us to number 5, which is your oils, which is a fairly simple topic to cover.
We can do it in 30 seconds.
We can do it in 30 seconds. Okay. Use only extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, and coconut oil. That's it.
Boom. Rest goes in the garbage.
Everything else in your pantry needs to be thrown away. Just get rid of it. Don't ever buy it again. Like, all these seed oils and vegetable oils are a huge underlying factor to the nation's heart disease problem that no one wants to admit is a problem because we keep selling these industrialized, government-subsidized oils that are awful. Horrible. So just get rid of them. Your cooking sprays, read the ingredient on those. The ones that we use are things that we get from Costco. They're literally the only ingredient in that can is avocado oil. They pressurize it so it sprays out nicely and works great.
Yep. Chosen Foods is the brand. There
you go, Chosen Foods. So, number 1, do your best. Number 2, drink your water. Number 3, daily apple cider vinegar. Number 4, read your labels, label ingredients, not the nutrition facts. Number 5, use only good oils, which takes us to number 6, which is meditate and read books. This is another one we can cover in 30 seconds or less.
Okay.
A daily meditation practice will keep your mindset in a gratitude space. It'll keep you in a present, relaxed, non-anxious, worried about the future state that's going to be life-changing for you in the end.
Use iTunes.
We use iTunes, use Spotify, use YouTube. There are so many free resources that you don't have to pay for. They're all available to you. We do have some favorites that we'll share. What's John's name? Hi, I'm John. We have a joke. Like this morning I had an appointment with John, which is this John guy that, anyway.
He does great guided meditation.
He does. He's awesome.
And books.
So that takes us to the second part, read books. We are literally in a stage of human history where it's so easy for information to get censored. The truth is out there, but there are people, also known as drug companies, that don't want you to know the actual truth of things. They want you to just follow a narrative, and there's a lot of times that they are just absolutely dead wrong. So what we've done, or what we encourage you to do, is start building your own library. Start buying your own books. I'm talking like hard copy paper books, not Kindles, books. We have a list of our favorites on our Amazon store, which we'll put a link in this in the show notes, so you can go to your Amazon stores to find out some of these books. My personal favorite from this year is Sickening by John Abrams. It's
mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing. It's disgusting. It'll piss you off. It'll motivate you.
I don't know what my favorite one this year is. I read a lot.
You read about 5 times more than I do.
But we'll put some of them on the page, and they're great.
Yeah, there are some great things on there. So that takes us to number 7, which is get rid of toxins, which we could literally talk for an hour about. We have on that same Amazon store underneath personal care items, we've put some of our favorites that don't have fragrances, they don't have hormone disruptors, they don't have nasty chemicals. And we literally will go to the store with our Yucca app, and I'll put something in the show notes too about Yucca.
So Yucca does personal care.
Personal care.
Yucca does not do cleaning supplies and stuff like that. So then you have to use Think Dirty for that.
Okay. So I'll put all those in the show notes as well. But they're literally things you go to the store and you can scan items and find out if they're clean or not. If we put them on our Amazon store, you can bet they're clean.
Because I will say that the labeling in the stores is false. There's plenty of things I've labeled that are under like clean soaps. Like I went to Target. I actually took a picture. I haven't posted it yet, but it's like supposed to be like all natural soaps. There was one in all of those that came up without a hazardous chemical in it. So it might be cleaner. They're cleaner than Dial, you know, for example. But only one actually came up that didn't have questionable ingredients. So like you've got to do your own homework. You can't just trust the marketing. Like it's marketing on food packaging. It's marketing on personal care. Like just because it says all natural, that's what it says on the, you know, like on the aisles. It says the all natural products. No, it actually wasn't all natural.
So for me, the number one thing to change to start with is deodorant. Right? Standard deodorant. We literally rub this crap on our bodies, on one of the more sensitive areas of our body once a day. And if you
are absorbing constantly.
Where you look at Old Spice, you look at Dove, you look at, what are some of the others?
Degree, Secret.
Secret, that's what I was looking for. No, those are not okay. They're full of aluminum, they're full of other just junk, they're toxic waste.
Linking deodorant to breast cancer?
Yeah.
Like how close?
Alzheimer's, breast cancer. Change your deodorant first. Then I'd probably say toothpaste.
I don't know, lotion.
A lotion?
Because, like, you're rubbing that over your entire body. At least toothpaste you spit out.
Right.
Not saying it's not horrible, but...
I've noticed, like, when it comes to lotions and soaps, I think most of the stuff we have around our house is either Dr. Bronner's or Branch Basics.
Branch Basics is cleaning. I would say, like, even Native. Native is your cleanest that you can buy at the store. Like... Anybody has access to it because it's at Walmart.
Right.
Like, I like Dr. Bronner's better, but, like, Native does have clean stuff. So, like, you can get a clean lotion from them.
So, we'll make sure those are in our Amazon store because I'm pretty sure you can get Native on there. So, that's toxins. Number 8.
We could have talked about cookware, too.
We could.
Cookware. Like, toxins are in your cookware, too. So, they're everywhere. And they're in what you plug into your wall, and they're in your candles, and so like do some research on toxins. It's interesting. We have
so I would say on cookware, step 1 is just go buy a cast iron skillet and learn how to clean it.
Right.
I mean, we have a collection of. I have a collection of cast iron. You can literally pick a cast iron pan up for $30, and it will literally last generations.
Right.
And there's
bonus, you get some iron.
And as long as you season it with avocado oil or extra. I use avocado oil because of the higher temperature. It's always seasoned with clean oil. So there you go. And in our Amazon store, there's actually a couple cast iron things in there. But seriously, you can go over to Target,
Walmart,
Al's. We should start pushing people away from. Let's push people away from Target and Walmart.
Okay. Whatever. You can't change the entire world.
All right. So let's get rid of toxins. Number 8 is no junk food and no fast food. We've kind of touched on this back on number 4, but when I talk about junk food, the definition, if it comes in a wrapper, it's probably junk. So look at the label.
So look at all the things your kids are about to bring home from Valentine's Day.
Oh my gosh. specifically look for dyes like red dye, red 5, yellow 5,
Whatever the blue one is.
blue 40. They're just
They're not even allowed in other countries.
yeah. We'll do a whole
We should do
gather up some of the candy you see at the clinic, at the speech clinic, and let's just do a whole. Yeah,
makes me rage. Okay.
it does. Okay, so that takes us to
So that's junk food then.
right.
So we have junk food, we have fast food. We put those together.
Right. So the definition of fast food, if you pull
That has a drive-up window.
if you pull up to a window and hand someone money and they hand you a sack of trash, it is fast food. We put these in there at an absolute, like, we're okay with you eating out every now and then. I would say a hard pass on no fast food. They're full of inflammatory oils. They're full of fake ingredients. They're full of
additives, chemicals.
That's not food. And talking about sly marketing, like Wendy's is going to tell you they're 100% beef. Yeah, I call bull.
Well, it's just one of those things like you don't really know. And I guess you don't really know at other places either, maybe, but your chances out of a restaurant and the price you pay does increase the odds that it's,
right,
a little more quality.
We like our local farm to town or farm to table places.
So
yeah, just don't eat out.
And you'll save a lot of money.
And you'll save a ton of cash.
I think I read the other day that like the average fast food meal now is like $13. Cooking at home, it's like you broke it down like per person, it's like $6.89 or something.
Jeez.
So, I mean, you are saving a lot of money too.
Yep. And then number 9 is to prioritize your sleep. We did a whole class on this, but you've got to
Sleep.
make sure you're sleeping an adequate amount, which for most people is 7 to 8 hours a night.
I heard a cool thing today. It was talking about the effects of alcohol, like on women particularly. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people like drink, right, to unwind so that they think they are sleeping better. And they're like, no, actually you're just unconscious. So it was talking about that you get in your deep sleep. Like if you sleep with one of the like, the rhythm things, like what your sleep cycle is. Mm-hmm. You get a deep sleep, say if you take alcohol, or I would say, I don't know if other things have the same effect, like certain like drugs, like right, hardcore sleep drugs. Like you get your deep sleep, but you don't get the other components of sleep. Your REM sleep's gone. Like, so they were going through like all the structure of your sleep. So I thought that was interesting. Like people think, oh, I just do one drink, helps me unwind, helps me sleep. They're literally like shooting themselves in the foot. Like they're not sleeping. Right. So well, that's interesting.
Other things that you can do is get away from your phone at least an hour before bed. Put your phone in the other room.
Take a hot
bath. Turn the Wi-Fi off. You can use mouth tape.
That's your favorite.
That is my favorite. Which takes us to 10. So let's just recap. Number 1 is do your best. Number 2 is a minimum of 64 ounces of water a day. Number 3 is apple cider vinegar. Number 4 is read the label of ingredients, not the nutrition facts. Number 5 is all about good oils. Number 6 was meditate and read books. Number 7 is to ditch the toxins. Number 8 is no junk food or no fast food. And number 9 is prioritize your sleep, which takes us to number 10, which is my favorite. Exercise. Like when we originally bought this program, it said to not exercise while you're on
the weight
loss program. And we have found that people that do still lose weight. So
people that exercise still lose weight.
Right.
Yes.
So when you start this program, if you're not doing anything now, we will tell you to take short walks after your 2 meals. 15 minutes, that's all you need, and that's more about blood sugar regulation
and digestion
than anything else. For those of you that are exercising, we're going to encourage you to keep going, to not quit, and we'll just adjust your food accordingly. We have people that get through the reduction phase, they get onto maintenance, and they're like, okay, now what can I do? Well, that's when you start thinking about pushing heavy weights, because you do want good muscle tone going into your later years of life.
Okay.
Did we miss anything?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, there are links to the Amazon store. We failed with prioritizing sleep. We did not talk about melatonin, which we could go on for a while about that, but there's also a link below for our favorite supplements. So you can find our melatonin in there that we love to use. There's also multivitamin in there. I think we covered everything.
Me too.
Just
this
like
is how
that.
you are metabolically healthy. Now that you know what that actually means.
Hey, awesome. Thanks for joining us, and we'll bring you more stuff soon.